Live from Rialto, California, Mark and Andre present The Mark and Andre Show, the only film, entertainment, and conspiracy theory podcast on Spreaker.com. Tonight's topic, the Lion King remake, 5 movies to watch in 2017, and Congress vetoing bills. And here are your hosts, Mark and Andre. Another day, another Friday, and another show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Mark and Andre podcast show. I'm with my co-host. You guys know him, Andre Gaynor.
Yes.
Andre, how are you doing today?
Yes.
Yes. Yes as well to me.
Yes.
I agree.
Yes.
Oh, man. We have a very social type of episode to deal with today. We're going to be discussing a lot of topics, including the Lion King remake, the first topic of the night. We're also going to be discussing Congress vetoing a bill from President Barack Obama that has to do with September 11th.
Oh.
And 5 movies that I am excited to watch in 2017.
All right.
Hopefully you might be as well.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's where...
Perhaps.
that's where the co-host resides, to provide the other half of the opinion of the combined Mark and Andre podcast show. I want to let you guys know that the Mark and Andre podcast show is brought to you by none other than my proud sponsor, Game Swappers. Game Swappers. Buy, sell, and trade your retro games and next-gen consoles. That's PS4 and Xbox One. You can come into contact with Game Swappers via Instagram at GAMESWAPPERS. That's GAMESWAPPERS. Game Swappers. Buy, sell, and trade. Keep in mind, guys, that if you do share any which podcast on the Mark F Podcast channel, you'll be able to get 10% off towards your retro game purchase. Simply take a screenshot, share, and let the people at Game Swappers know that you're doing it for the promotion. You could do the same thing if you want to get 10% more towards your retro game trade-ins. So it's a deal on both ends, whether you want to give up your games or if you want to get some games. I recommend that you get some games now before the retro game bubble hits a big fever pitch. We missed you at the Retro Respect event, Andre.
Yeah, I couldn't make it, unfortunately. I was spending time with my grandmother.
Oh, I see.
She came from New York. So I came down and say, hey, what's up, grandmother? And then, did the chilled with her, had a beer with her. And called
That's cool.
It was pretty cool.
I was able to get a lot of stuff. I actually sold a good portion of my boxes and stuff like that. But I was able to, if you want to check out that part of the backpack right there. He's grabbing it right now as we speak. I was actually able to get these cool pins. I got a Sonic pin, an Earthworm Jim pin, the Nintendo 64 pin, and then the Mortal Kombat pin.
Is this Brother Fett or Bobber? Wait,
yeah, Bobber Fett. Yeah, it's Bobber Fett.
Bomba.
It's where they got Boba.
Bomba Clot Fed.
It's where they get Boba tea from. What it is just the extracts of Boba Fett.
This is actually
compressed into tea. Yeah, I was able to get those, and then the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle cups
that we are drinking out of at the very moment.
Oh yeah,
great collections. Yeah. Great cops. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to make it.
No, it's all right. It still was a oh wow. It still was a good event. So let's get into the first topic we have today on this live Mark and Andre show.
Yes.
In the 1990s, Disney was a little. It kind of took deviated from the hits that it was making in the 1940s, 1950s. It kind of, The Little Mermaid, Aladdin was bringing it back, so they had a little bit of resurgence. And this is what you can appreciate from Disney because they're still relevant today. Now they're the media monster that they are.
They scare me.
Yes, they will buy you. They will buy you.
Yeah, if you're doing well, just prepare to be purchased. Just get that, make that a part of your 5-year plan. Great success, get purchased by Disney. And that's
the end goal. Our end game, guys, for this successful business is 10 years down the road, Disney will buy us. And yes.
And that's exactly how I feel about it. But they're really keeping the child films alive in a sense. You look at Disney and you expect that magical essence of Disney. You're not going to get a hardcore, thriller from Disney at any point. Are there hard? You looked at me
no, I was gonna let you know is that they've actually the new slogan now is when you wish upon a star, Disney will buy you out. Or when you wish upon a star, Disney's already bought it.
Disney's already bought your star.
When you wish upon a star, Disney's already fucking bought it. So,
you're wishing at Disney. Like,
I know, huh? Your wish is a copyright infringement of Disney and Disney. No wishes. Oh man, that's funny. So, they want to do, due to the success of this recent remake of The Jungle Book, with CGI animals that look very, very, very realistic.
Yeah, I bet. It looks very well done.
They want to take that same element and take it to The Lion King.
No!
I enjoyed watching The Lion King when it came out in theaters.
The Lion King, and I did go back to the theaters when they put it out in 3D.
Yeah.
When they were doing that run, they went with the 3D craze, and then it was still one of the best film experiences I had. Like, the initial Lion King experience was fantastic, and then the 3D experience like doubled it. It did not take anything away. It only enhanced the experience. But now you're telling me they're going to do a live action version of my favorite film. Now, I sound like an adult that's bitching. Like, when they're like, Speed Racer used to be black and white. And then we watched the color Speed Racer and they didn't like that shit. And then they made Speed Racer like a 3D cartoon. And then we were like, no, it was never 3D. It was just, I think it's just an evolution of film. Mm-hmm. On one hand, it's Disney trying to get a buck out of us.
Yep.
But then on the other hand, it's like, well, this could be a potential new experience for these kids.
Exactly.
Because, these kids probably never saw The Jungle Book prior. And if they were to watch it now, they'd hate it, So, maybe they enjoyed this newest version. So maybe they might do a good job. Maybe they'll put some love into it. Maybe.
When you were watching the either 1995 or 1996 movie, The Lion King, did you cry when Mufasa died?
I definitely did cry when Mufasa died. Especially when I was a young kid because...
we were
just
8.
Like, yeah, we were around the age that Simba probably was.
Yeah.
And, when his dad died, man, I was like, wait, he's not dead. Just wake him up.
Oh, yeah.
Wake up your fucking dad. And,
to see your uncle, to see, like, you as Simba are seeing this whole thing where, oh, wait, Scar's gonna grab him real quick. Scar's got him. Oh, wow, Scar let him go. And then, he's getting trampled.
Wait.
By a stampede of gazelles.
Well, here's my question, and I've never really gotten closure with this. Did Simba think that his little ass growl was the reason that the stampede took place?
I don't remember. I think that's what happened. Like,
because he said it was my fault. I did it, and it was like, well, I don't think you're a dumb young kid, so that makes sense because he was growling at the lizards, and then he growled like a really big one, and it echoed.
Yeah,
and then after that, the gazelles came down.
That was
so maybe he felt like he thought he did it, and then that's why he held it so dear to him when he got older. But I still need clothes. I want to know if that was the case. So,
what can you find out of this live action speculation? What can you find that would be good out of this situation? That it would be successful? That it would overshadow the animated feature?
Everything you're saying right now is bullshit. I'm trying not to be that guy though, I feel like that's gonna hit me. My nostalgia is blinding me. So in this case, I feel like there is no way that they're going to top the original. Yeah. I don't think that they're going to come with the quality. They're not going to come with the love just because they're remaking something that already exists. Mm-hmm. Lion King was, it's based on other things, but the original Lion King was an idea. They worked really hard to get it out, and they got the best actors they could find. They filtered them. They did a great process. I watched the behind the scenes. Yeah. And this one, I go, like you said, they saw that the Jungle Book did well, and they're like, well, let's just continue the series let's keep going with our films from here. So you already know there's going to be like an Aladdin. There's going to be some type of Little Mermaid.
Well, a live action Aladdin would just be the
Prince of Persia.
and just having humans and then like a CGI carpet. That wouldn't.
Robin
and
Williams
then Ben Kingsley's going to be Jafar.
Oh, wow.
It'd have to be.
Yeah, and then we'd have to find maybe Johnny Depp will be the genie just to kind of like The look on your
face. Oh yeah, I forgot about Robin Williams. I was like, wait, they can. Oh, never mind.
Oh, we could CG him and use the old lines. We could use all the old lines from the original film, just CG. There we go.
Oh my goodness.
But I think So based on the momentum, because Lion King was their best bet. If I'm correct, they started the 3D series with Lion King, right? Remember they brought back. Yeah, they did all the revamps in 3D, and they started with Lion King. Huge success. Then they moved on to, I believe, Snow White or something.
And Beauty and the Beast.
Beauty and the Beast
was a re-release.
Sorry about that. And
it's all good.
So perhaps we'll see the same cycle.
With the way Lion King impacted me and impacted every little kid my age at that point when I was younger, and it goes to show that this was a success. This was the most profitable VHS of all time. This is the highest. In terms of volume, this sold the most VHS tapes.
I believe it. And
it's just the way this movie is, you're going to do a remake into live action terms. So you're going to take whatever you can imagine out of the Jungle Book to this movie. And there's going to be people that won't like. There's going to be people that will not like this movie simply because of the additions, of the subtractions. Mm-hmm. There's going to be something that they do like, don't like, and it's going to be a bit of a wash, but I'm expecting I'm expecting a negative reception simply because you're already going into uncharted territory in terms of this movie.
This is a bit risky.
It is.
And they're going full CG animals.
Yeah, because the Jungle Book audience, you can't really tap into the youth of the Jungle Book audience because the Jungle Book was made in the 40s or 50s.
Right.
So you can't do I hate the Jungle Book.
Right, they're gone.
There's no opinion left to dispute.
Remember seeing it. Yeah,
exactly.
There's no challenge here.
But
you're going pretty hard when you try to Lion King is still fresh.
Yeah.
And don't forget the millennials are the ones to quick to bitch.
Yeah.
So you're going to do the millennials' favorite film wrong? They're not, because one, it would be a problem if they do it shot for shot, frame for frame.
Yeah.
People are going to complain. It's like, what was the point of the movie then? Why did you do it?
If they do it frame for frame, someone's going to bitch about it because I just saw this in animated.
Right.
Animated.
In anime? They have an anime version on Japan. So whatever they do with it, they're going to take some liberties. Probably readjust some of the symbolic meanings and all that. So to make it not the story of Christ, right? They're just gonna flip it all around. I already know, man. So it's one of those things. We're just gonna let it be. I am not going to see this. I'm sorry, and there's no reason to go see it. Because I heard the Jungle Book was good to many, but then to others that were familiar with the cartoon, they hated it.
I saw the beginning of it when I was over at Game Swappers for a little bit, and I thought it was really impressive. The panther in the movie looked super realistic, and all the other animals amongst it, like when they were socializing, it looked like regular... It looks like really animals are really talking to each other, because I've seen it. No. If there were a situation where animals would need to talk to each other, the mannerisms would be there, and it looks like regular confrontation between animals. It looks very impressive, the CGI.
I haven't heard a single thing about you mentioning the acting or just the atmosphere. Did they do a good job with the film? Technically,
mostly positive reception.
Okay,
yeah.
So with the technical aspects of it, it looks great, and I've seen it. I've seen the animals talking and everything. I've seen the back and forth. I'm like, I see it, but then I see the shitty kid actor. I see, but I just see them recreating something that maybe we don't need to do this. But I'll argue this. It's not like they took we'll just make it a 3D film route. They didn't use the same graphics engine as Frozen to bring back Lion King. So
wow. I would honestly say that would be the better route to go 3D.
Right, but it's kind of predictable, right? So I think Disney's trying to shake things up and do something different. Because wouldn't you? Come on, that makes so much more sense.
I'd feel cheaping out if they even did the 3D route. I'd feel honestly deceived. And I can imagine them doing if they were to do it 3D, that they would do the same animated cross blended. It's like your favorite movie brought to the big screen for the millennium.
No.
Arnold Schwarzenegger as Mufasa. Simba, get down.
Because of course they have shotties back there.
And Scar, Mark Wahlberg is Scar. You like that, Simba? Tell me what you like. You like him on the ground like that? Tell me, Simba. You gotta tell me. Scar is Mark Wahlberg is Scar.
Snoop Dogg as Rafiki, like some dumb shit. So when it comes down to it, yeah, maybe they're just trying something different.
Yeah.
But I'm just thinking about the set pieces that were in Lion King. I mean, right off the bat, I'm thinking of Scar's song "Be Prepared." And they had that dynamic scene, and it's like you got all the hyenas in formation, and you got the green shots and the lights shooting up and down with the song.
Or even the "I Can't Wait to Be King" thing, where he's all riding around and getting monkeys are flipping him places, and in terms of scale,
no one's dying.
Like you mentioned, in terms of scale, it's going to be hard to take that into the CG dimension. You know, I can imagine the difficulty it might be to do that, because it's easier doing it with animation,
right? So, but they're going to be splicing real life environments and then using CG animals.
Yeah,
interesting. What about? I mean, there's a bit of a kookiness to Lion King. Actually, well, did they have a more serious tone to the Jungle Book?
Yes, they did.
So what the fuck are we going to do with Lion King?
How more serious can you get about your dad dying?
All the way, like
all the way.
The whole no, because I mean
he gets stabbed by a poacher. I mean, instead,
because there was he gets hunted.
Yeah,
there was a great balance in the original film. You know, you're laughing one moment, and then another moment you deliberately disobeyed me, and he's like, "Oh fuck, Dad, I just wanted to kick it." Like there were a lot of moments where it's like it went from really fun to the hyenas are about to kill Simba, like you know, and then we go back to having fun, then back to like Simba's dad dies.
Yes,
Mufasa's dead. Then we go back to having fun with Timon and Pumbaa. Then we have the realization that Simba needs to go back and be Jesus,
face his demons,
and
literally.
We're bouncing back and forth, you know. And then we have a great epic conclusion. But
so you're saying you want, if it's going to be realistic, you want an established tone?
I feel like they're going to break the tone. I don't think they're going to be consistent. I have no faith in Hollywood. It's gone. So I just feel like they'll go with, well, what works? What are the kids responding to? We'll put some trap music in there. Like, well, they'll do anything.
They'll have
Simba might rap.
Future as the voice of Rafiki. Because the way Future sounds and the way Rafiki sounds, you could probably work.
And he'll probably rap every line. You know, who knows what
they'll do a rap song.
What do you think they're? That's what I'm like. Come on.
Oh, okay, yeah.
They can possibly go that far just because they're, you know, using their shuffle machine. What do the kids want? And then they see, okay, rap, and then they put that shit in the new Lion King movie. It might be a little far fetched, but that's how little faith I have in Hollywood. I don't think this is going to be a good movie. And even if it's a good movie, I don't think it's going to be a good movie.
Yeah, no, there's going to be something wrong that you and I won't like.
It's going to be polarizing, man. But hopefully, you know, they don't take a bunch of risks like they did with the Ghostbusters remake.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens.
And you know what's amusing as well is that when adults that are our age actually go to these theaters with their kids, their opinion is basically of the reaction from their sons or their daughters.
Right.
So if they liked it, they necessarily have to like it, but they're, you know, so the general consensus is all going to be, oh, this was good.
It was good. It's not what I remember, but the kids loved it.
And it could go that route as well, where everyone's going to like it, but then the critics take a dump on it, and all the people who really have opinions of their own, despite of their children, can just see it and know it for what it is. Well, you know, it could be like that, but I'm not saying that everyone's going to be like that. It's just the general perception,
right?
You know, I know several people that still have that look they have for movies, even animated features.
Exactly.
It's hard.
Here's how I see it, man. It's going to make its money. Whatever the budget is, they're going to be fine. They'll make every dime back and more.
You know, the guy who's going to direct it as well is going to be Jon Favreau, the one who directed The Jungle Book. So it's going to take the same. I
mean, if the formula works with him, then
it might literally go the same tone as The Jungle Book, which was a more serious type of film.
If he pulls it off, I can't be mad at him. But I already know I have to like kind of let go of the older film and then approach this one with a new mindset. Because
oh man, I just remember that other reboot that they did with The Jungle Book. Remember with wasn't it Liu Kang? An adult Liu Kang was Mowgli.
Oh, snap. Did they even call it the Jungle Book? Didn't they call it something different?
No, it was the Jungle Book. It was the... Because I even forgot they even went that route.
No, they changed. It was like the Book of the Jungle, right?
The Book of the
Jungle.
No! To avoid copyrights?
The Jungle novel, because he was older. You don't remember? They changed the name.
I don't remember that.
No. Okay. No! Wait, it was the Safari book.
You're an
No,
idiot.
wait, hold on.
The Safari Scroll? The Safari Scroll, that's Safari. I've never been on a Safari.
Safari.
We have souffles and go on a Safari. Safari. That sounds like an additional character that they're going to have in us.
That sounds like an unlockable character in the new Jungle Book
Mufasa's
game.
dad, Safari.
Safari, his hidden brother. That he'll be the new brother in this new Lion King film. He'll be an all-white lion. Nobody will be ready
Oh,
for
yeah,
him.
even speaking, I'm sorry to go on a tangent, though, but Simba and his little story is actually derived from Kimba. Mm-hmm. From the 1950s and 60s, actually had a show called Kimba.
Oh, yeah.
Kimba, I don't know if Kimba the White Lion or something like that.
It was an anime.
Oh, it was? Mm-hmm. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
because I remember watching the American dub, I guess now I have to call it that, the American dub of Kimba. I remember watching it at my uncle's house. But I know that there was humans involved in that one, too. So that was the only separation of Kimba to this story, which
just
is
take the humans out, they'll never know. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But, we just got to grow up, man.
To add to the point of what I was saying about to what you were saying, to having a kid in this movie, remember, there's going to be all animals now because of the whole story.
Exactly.
You know?
There's not a human that just shows up out of nowhere. What the hell are these animals are talking?
I hope not. Disney better not be listening to this podcast.
I mean, come on. Ashton Kutcher just...
Oh, shut your mouth. Brendan Fraser shows up as the character from The Mummy to cross-brand with Universal. I hope not.
He takes the final shot for Scar. He takes Scar out.
Oh, yeah.
He takes Scar out. And then, maybe there's a poacher that takes down Mufasa, and then Brendan Fraser takes down that guy. While Simba fights Scar, and there you go.
So then it's just The Lion in the Darkness, that one movie of Val Kilmer and Michael Douglas. Except there's more animals involved.
It'll be a hit.
I just hate the fact that they're going at the Lion King remake so early.
Well, I mean, they're trying to cash in. I told you, man.
They could do Snow White, because Snow White and the Huntsman is from Universal. The
right.
story of Snow White, it's public domain, so anyone can do it.
I think they're firing, man. They're firing at all cylinders, and I feel like they're going, what works? Because I don't know what it is. I think we talked about it in past podcasts, but I think they want money. They are not making what they used to make. So they want
more. They want more money. They
want more, but they want to pay out now.
Yeah.
They don't want to take a gamble and see how well Snow White does. It's going to be a success, but they want a breakthrough success with Lion King. Everyone's going to see it.
And
whether they don't want to or not, they're going to see it.
That's a great point you bring up too, Andre, because when Disney bought Lucasfilms, look how quick that they're going to be churning out Indiana Jones flicks. They're shooting a fucking Star Wars movie every single year.
Yes.
Like, they are going to recoup what they've just bought.
Yes.
And try to do it thrice fold.
What they bought Lucasfilm for what? 70 billion? What was it? Crazy number, right?
It was a crazy amount of billions of dollars.
70 billion or something? Or it was
I don't know.
It was unreal. And they can possibly have already made that back. I can't believe. I need to check that out. I need to see how much did they buy Lucasfilm for?
Because I can imagine that you need to recoup that amount of money. I think it was in the, correct me if I'm wrong, but maybe the single-digit billions, because that's still a lot. That's still a lot for one company.
I'm gonna do my homework right now, son. Let's see.
Yeah, because now they're going to redo the Indiana Jones flicks.
Oh yeah, 400 billion.
400 billion?
I'm just kidding. 4 billion.
I was going to say 400 billion. I was like, Disney could just make Disney World its own sovereign country. Every Disney World and Disney,
it's a Disney nation.
It's like the Vatican. 400 billion. No, 4 billion?
4 billion.
Okay, so then you do
70 billion.
You do a couple flicks, and then you recoup those losses, and then you're in the red. Oh, well, you get from the red to the black.
But
hopefully.
Come on, merch. As soon as they brought back, this is when I still was working at Amazon. I mean, as soon as the new Star Wars was announced, toys were already on sale.
Oh yeah,
and that's all we pushed for an entire year. toys, clothes, like anything
plates.
you could put the red-armed C-3PO on, like sold. Like it was so weird how fast these things were getting pushed out. Plushes, toys, anything you could think of. Dog shit, like little
dog shit.
already petrified dog doo-doo, like
dog doo-doo from the Starkiller base.
So it was selling like nuts. So I mean, like, their merch was out of control. They were put like Burger King and all that shit. Like, they made so much money back, and maybe in the next year will have completely made every dollar back, and they're going forward. I mean, look at it. Come on, how many films they have planned?
And they have Marvel. I forgot about that.
Yeah, they have. Oh my!
So they can even recoup off of that. It's just impressive. It just shows you how big the Disney machine is.
That is conglomero for real.
So you can at this point. You can assume, just for the viewers at home, get your symbolization ready here. We have the big media mogul, which is Disney, taking little pricks into the general audience, and they're little pricks, like not like actual pricks, but like little pricks with the needle that are movies.
Yes,
you could tell this big, profitable, like probably $billion business, multi-billion-dollar business.
Beyond.
Is taking about $100 million in budget and just making a quick film, turning that into money.
Yes, $100 million film like
to $1 billion company,
multi-billion-dollar company is actually nothing. I won't say nothing, but it's like if I had a shit ton of money, it's like me spending $100 bill or something. It's like it's not too much, but
what's their spending money? Their net worth?
Let's see.
Yeah, let's look that up. So, and I can imagine that it's just pennies to them. You know what I mean? It's pretty impressive.
I feel like, they would lie online. They wouldn't even tell us the truth.
I know. Incalculable.
85 billion?
Oh, yeah. 85 billion.
That was as of 2014. So let me look for 2016 net worth. Because I'm very curious, actually.
Yeah, no, I'm really as curious as you are to find out.
We'll go with 2015 because I think 2016 is ready. So these guys...
It's making tons of cash.
$179 billion.
$179 billion, and then you figure
from the year prior.
Yeah.
Gee, look, that was an incredible jump.
That's a crazy jump.
That had to be Star Wars alone, man. Who knows?
That had to be something. But so now you can honestly assume that they have reaped their investment.
What the
couple-fold.
Hell?
From what was it? You said 4 for LucasArts?
Yes.
Yeah, they recouped it in mass amounts.
Exactly. So they still have the parks and everything. Sorry, we're going on this tangent about the value, the value of Disney and their power.
Which goes to show you, maybe with a film that they trust in Lion King so much, maybe they'll actually spill a lot more budget.
That's what I'm hoping for. I mean, just based on the most recent Star Wars film, they put a lot of love and money into it.
Oh yeah, and it showed.
They made it back. I feel like even though I still have my beliefs about Hollywood, they're desperate. But maybe Disney, if they're behind the scenes, then a little more attention will go to the films.
So let's go now that we have the end part of that segment. I'm excited, for the Lion King re-release as far as live action CGI goes. I hope Jon Favreau knows what he's doing with it. He's had moderate success with The Jungle Book. There's been a lot more positive than negative reviews, but there are negative reviews for it, but hopefully it's a step in the right direction.
Well, maybe The Jungle Book was his initial... You know how... excuse me.
Yeah.
You know how some films, they have the first, and it's a good idea, and they had, they were going with something, and then the second one, they get it. They
yeah.
Get it right. So maybe...
Rush Hour 2?
Yeah, Rush Hour 2, I was just thinking that. So maybe this is the case. His practice run with this technology and this format was with Jungle Book, and now he's really going to go for it with The Lion King. Maybe even get more help. Who knows?
Get help from his homeboy Vince Vaughn. Remember they were homeboys and swingers? That's funny. I don't know why, though, but I don't know why he'd team up for him. But anyway, let's go into the next topic that we have. And this one's quite a tricky one to unfold here, but we're going to try our best here on the Mark and Andre show. So, a bill proposed by President Barack Obama has actually been vetoed by Congress. And it proposed the idea that the victims of 9/11, their families, were able to sue Saudi Arabia as a whole for their responsibility into 9/11. Now, my curiosity isn't with the vetoing, but my curiosity is why propose a bill to allow them to sue a whole country for this issue.
Right.
And, you and I both know that Saudi Arabia, realistically, on a realistic level, the country as a whole had small amount, if not
barely anything,
if nil, slim
right.
to nil association with 9/11.
Right.
If possible, maybe some guy maybe had a government job and knew something or whatever. It's just as small as that.
Right.
But now they wanted to allow that, and now I'm even hearing reports, even after I did this, is that their Congress wished that they didn't veto it.
What?
Yeah, and it's like, like you missed the ball on that or what?
What, I mean,
why would you even propose to have the ability to sue a country as a whole?
Well, who was already trying to sue Saudi Arabia? Like, who was like, I need to sue someone for this? And they immediately pointed at Saudi Arabia and said, we're suing those guys. And then they somehow managed to get it to the White House, and Obama goes for it.
Yeah.
What the hell? That doesn't even make any sense.
Exactly.
I don't get that at all. And of course, they did veto it, and like you said, they didn't. They shouldn't have. Well, how many people would have sued?
There's been it's documented that over 2,000 people died. So you branch that to families, that's another 4,000 people because of the two sides of every family.
Right.
I don't know.
The people that were present, that were helping, that were hurt and injured, and those families. Oh man, because I was thinking about people in the building, and I'm thinking about
I thought
people
there was going to be some like relief fund for the victims, or for the victims' families at least.
Nothing.
But now they even almost 15 years later. It's the 15th, right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, it is. On the 15th anniversary from 2001 to 2016, it's 15 years, and now we're barely getting into suing or having someone responsible for this when we thought it was some guy in a cave.
There's just something that bothers me about that.
Why can't they just sue Al-Qaeda? Like, well, then again, I doubt it.
How do you sue them? How do you get them in court?
You show up. As soon as you show up, you arrest you. Let me take your money first. That's like the biggest way to dupe the whole terrorist organization is like, hey man, show up real quick. You might win some cash back for coming out, recoup your losses for coming out. Okay, I'm in. Gotcha.
Well, I think maybe Saudi Arabia is the easier target. I don't understand.
I agree.
I don't get it. And who thought of this?
But it's like the fat kids suing McDonald's for making them obese. It's the same thing.
How is that the same thing? Explain.
Well, because, okay, so 9/11 happens, and you want to recoup your losses.
Right.
The government isn't going to do it because they say that this isn't our responsibility.
Right.
There is relief care. You can get that taken care of, but you realistically can't sue us, and you can't sue anyone responsible because you can't find them. Okay, well, let me just sue the country of the people that are in it,
right,
or the actual government within it.
Yes,
because I think the people that are involved are in that said country. So
and this is just an accusation, though.
Yes, exactly.
I just assume you guys seem suspicious. You're a little too quiet. I'm suing you guys. That's the perspective that people are taking.
I don't think they would hold any weight in court. I don't think any lawyer necessarily would be able to take it and find some legal grounds for them to sue on. You know,
and I mean, how much? I'm just imagining the amount of people. How much money would they have to shell out? What would be the demands?
Be like a class action because there's going to be so many families involved, but. To even go back to the question that we haven't even answered.
A nationwide class action suit. Yeah. Go ahead.
The question that we can't even get to now is that why even submit the idea to Congress to say, you know what, allow them to do that? Like it just brings up so many questions of why are you trying to use them as a scapegoat?
Right. And it's like you're just pushing, like, there's no attention being made to... I'm sorry, this is so stupid to me.
Exactly.
This is very dumb.
It sounds odd.
I'm just trying to imagine a physical example. Like, I'm in this house, and then my next door neighbor robs the people across the street. Mm-hmm. And I just happen to know their kind of activity. Like, I know what kind of people they are, so that makes sense they would rob them.
Yeah.
And, I've said hi to them. I've shaken their hands. I've been over there for sugar and food. And that's about it. We don't have anything. We have no closer connection than that.
Exactly.
And they go. They want to sue me. Why? I didn't do anything. I have nothing to do
You're
with
in
that
the same
robbery.
neighborhood.
Yeah, you know him. And you know what
You
kind of
know
person
the
he
guy.
is. And y'all shook hands. And you shared sugar. Like, and I feel like that's what the case is. I have nothing to do with their
That's
actions.
a good example.
That's stupid as fuck to me.
Yeah.
You're gonna sue me? Sue them. Nah. You're bad.
Yeah.
I would have sued you. Like, I get
Or
it.
that analogy too, but like if the neighbors that robbed him moved away, or like where there's no tangible proof, or there's no, it just sucks because the trail of crumbs that lead to 9/11 stop at the United States, which because to many they think it's a false flag operation,
Right.
The crumbs stop in the Middle East because terror cells live all throughout the Middle East.
Mm-hmm.
It's a small percentage of the people that are involved in terrorist attacks that live in the Middle East. The population of the Middle East is vast. Even if you want to count just Asia and Europe as a whole.
Yes.
Even Africa. You take that whole population, you find out who's actually terrorist cells in those nations. It goes down to small percentages. You will never find them.
So it's a gamble, basically. They're just picking countries.
They were like, you know what? Who do we think that kind of might have been
Who
involved?
would be more likely to do this shit?
Yeah.
Saudi Arabia, come here. Let me talk to you. Like, I'm about to sue you, dude. And I'm trying to imagine how many people, I don't know, push this towards Congress for Obama to make a move.
It's foolish. It sounds foolish on a grand scale, but then you take it to the analogies that we just brought. It's even more foolish. And it's as foolish as if it were brought on a grand scale, like politically.
Right. But then you're going to create more anti-American sentiment by doing some stupid shit like suing the wrong person.
Pot.
You're suing the wrong group here.
Yeah.
And maybe that's why Congress is like, damn it, we shouldn't have vetoed that. That would have been pretty controversial. We'd have had some issues with them.
I don't know why they thought they missed the ball by vetoing it. Like, oh, well, we kind of could have because...
That's no money out of our pocket.
Yeah.
If they get pissed, we can have a war. Like,
I know, yeah. That's what they probably want.
That's unfortunate. I need to know some opinions on this, man, because that just sounds... So, this is very misinformed. Or not misinformed, this is misdirected. Like, we're aiming at the wrong guy.
Yeah.
And I'm glad, no action will be taken.
Yeah.
The fact that you accused them in the first place.
There's going to be, when there's no accountability on this end because the actual people that are behind it is nothing but a big question mark. Yes, you can blame the terrorist organizations, but to truly know who did these and pulled these triggers, a lot of them are dead allegedly,
Right.
and a lot, Osama bin Laden is dead, and the people behind Al Qaeda, you're never gonna fucking find them. It's like you're not gonna get them to show up in court.
Oh, no.
And don't even try to fly over there and like have a court there. I highly suggest that you don't, because you won't make it back.
You've been served.
I know, yeah.
I can't imagine that shit happening.
I would imagine a bounty hunter going there and trying to find them. That would work really well. And
take them to court?
Of course, I'm being sarcastic.
Oh my god.
They wouldn't even make it to the courthouse in America.
And Obama, what the hell, man? You pushed that?
That's one of his things, man. And you know what? This is I wanted to bring it to the attention of the Mark and Andre show simply because to keep yourself in the loop with these things, just let you know how sometimes news comes from pretty much the most foolish of things. Mm-hmm. This is actual news where it's like, okay, we want a bill. I want to propose a bill. As if I'm President Obama, I want to propose a bill where families of the victims of families of 9/11 can sue a whole country.
Right.
And that sounds like a good idea. I'm going to write my signature on that. My whole reputation lies within my signature to submit this bill to Congress and have Congress look at it and veto it.
Yeah, but if Congress passed it, then it's a bad representation of the country as a whole.
Exactly.
And then you're just stirring up the pot, like you said, with other countries.
Yeah.
We need to stop fucking with people. I know people are looking for answers and people want, some justice in this whole situation. Financial, though, that plays on the greed of our own people, but it's just... Actually, I take that statement back because, let's say I had somebody that works. Like, there's only 2 in the house.
Yeah.
And it's a family... No, sorry, 4 in the house. Me, my lover, and my kids.
Yeah.
And the breadwinner of the house dies on 9/11, and I can't get a job. I want somebody to pay me. I want my comfort back. So I can understand that, but to sue a country, the fuck? Like, what are you gonna get?
Yeah,
I don't under,
barrels of oil. I don't know.
One gold bar, just a solid gold bar.
Gold bullion for all, and because they have a lot. Saudi Arabia has a lot of it.
That's another conversation. Yeah. But it's that's so crazy. Man.
Exactly.
What's wrong with Americans?
And this is going to be one of the very short-lived segments that we're going to have here, simply because it's just so absurd to even think about that.
It's so dumb.
The next segment that I wanted to get to before we end up wrapping up the Mark and Andre show is 5 movies that you and I, well, mostly me, am excited for in 2017.
I like I've mentioned before, I've lost all faith in Hollywood. So, based on what Mark speaks on, I'll give my opinions. I have no 2017 list.
Before we get into the final segment of the Mark and Andre show, I want to let you guys know that this Mark and Andre show has been brought to you by Game Swappers. Game Swappers. Buy, sell, and trade your retro games and next-gen consoles. That's PS4 and Xbox One. You can also come into contact with Game Swappers via Instagram at GAMESWAPPERS. That's GAMESWAPPERS. Game Swappers. Buy, sell, and trade. Keep in mind, guys, that if you do share any episode of any podcast on the Mark F Podcast channel, you'll be able to get 10% off towards your retro game purchase. Simply take a screenshot, share, and you'll be able to get your discounts appropriately adjusted at Game Swappers. If you're in the interest of just trading in your retro games, you can still get 10% more for your retro game trade-ins. Simply do everything I just stated previously, and you'll be able to get those taken care of for you as well. So, Andre,
I'm so sorry.
If you're trying to get rid of any of your games, just take them to Game Swappers. Mention the show. Mention that you share the show on a regular.
I do that, and I get such great service at Game Swappers. I'm laughing on the inside because every time he does this perfectly, with absolutely no, there's no paper. He just goes off the top of the dome. He's an expert. He's a fucking expert.
I've done this so many times. It's like, I feel like Jack Nicholson in The Shining, where it's just murder, being written on the wall, and I'm just, memorizing it all day. Once you do something over, it's 80 episodes of shows, not for the Mark and Andre podcast show, but total. Period. Yeah, and you do it 160 times. He's
an expert. He's fucking perfect.
Game Swappers, buy, sell, and trade. So 5 movies that me, myself, I'm personally anticipating in 2017. Star Wars Episode 8. Now, Andre, you just watched Episode 7 right now.
I sure did.
And now, can you tell me, with your honest opinion, are you excited for Episode 8?
I look forward to seeing it. I do. If the same... Wait, Rogue One is a different one?
Yes.
Okay, so
Rogue One's, it's basically going to be episode spin-off.
Okay.
That's how it's going to be.
Rogue One is Episode 8.
No.
Okay, the Episode 8 is the next step forward.
Exactly.
Okay. All right, I look forward to that.
Picture Rogue One as the prequel before Episode 4.
Okay, Episode 3.5.
Exactly.
Basically. Okay, cool.
Go a little Kingdom Hearts for you.
Yeah, it's going to get all confusing. Based on what I saw in this film, actually, this was a really good film.
I enjoy watching it.
My expectations were low, man, and it was really good.
Yeah.
JJ put a lot of love and care into the direction of the film. Mm-hmm. And, based on my experience with episodes 1, 2, and 3, the 1, 2, and 3, the newer ones or whatever, I thought it was awful. The direction was awful. Yeah. Too much green screen. No physical sets. It was bullshit.
Yes.
Watching this, it was like, man, I felt like a part of... this was an aspect of film that I miss. It was a good fucking movie.
Practicality at its finest.
Yes. And, of course, I believe this is a pretty much beat-for-beat remake of Episode 4. But
to a certain extent, yes. Where a lone hero finds plans to a massive weapon and hides them within a droid to then go to someone else and to conjure up a plan to destroy them.
It's like the new generation of that plot.
Exactly.
And I thought it was great. So the follow-up, I do want to see where this goes, because it looks like these characters, they're kind of carrying the mantle, and they're more powerful, they're more interesting.
Yeah.
A lot of emotion.
I was going to mention, too, is that every character in this Star Wars universe now... the episode 7 characters are very dynamic.
Yes.
There's a lot of, they're actually pretty good as well. I mean, the character that plays John Boyega, who plays Finn, really emotional,
Very
dynamic,
emotional.
has a lot of versatility with emotion and actual aggression and sarcasm too. He's very
sarcastic. Finn was a very hardened character.
Yeah.
Very tight with her emotion based on whatever her past
Ray.
was.
Ray.
Wait, what did I say? Finn? Damn it.
You said Finn.
Ray.
That was the character I mentioned.
That's the one you just said. Ray. I meant Ray. She had such a great level of like there was this tightness to her, a very sternness, but then she grew and she started to gain like more emotional perspective and being more trusting with Finn.
Yeah.
And I thought that was great. And she played the heroine that doesn't need her handheld. Like that was it was kind of on the nose what they did earlier in the film, but that's exactly what her character was. And I really appreciated that. I thought she was great. Her performance was great. There were great performances in this movie, and I don't think, after seeing episode 1, 2, and 3, I'm very happy to say this.
Yeah.
I actually appreciate Kylo Ren's character.
Adam Driver did a great job with Kylo Ren. I feel that he is extremely vulnerable throughout this film, and
he has an attitude. He can't control himself.
At one point he has to let go of certain things, to a literal sense almost, of what actually disturbs him and what troubles him to actually fully envelop to what he should be.
Right. And I look forward to see his growth in the following film. Yeah. I want to see more Kylo Ren. I've heard negative things about him, and I'm like, what? No. I don't see what people are talking about here. If anything,
he's a hell of a character.
Darth Vader would be considered too one note. He's like, he's very, I'm scary. and you don't get much out of him. And
you didn't get Vader taking off his mask and actually becoming a lot more. There's a lot more emotion involved when you take off the mask.
Exactly.
It's like you can't hide behind it.
Well, the mask itself is symbolic for things, and in this one, Kylo actually reveals himself multiple times, especially in the scene where it was him and Ren. Wait, damn it, him and Rey, and there is this kind of. He allowed himself to be vulnerable with her in a vulnerable state, and there was a conflict of power. It was very, there was a lot of depth in this film. So, please tell me JJ is doing episode 8.
No, he's not. He's not. At all.
Okay, Disney wouldn't put this in the wrong hands, though.
No, I forget who was directing it, but he or she actually has...
Michael Bay, bringing you another action...
with babes.
Shotgun...
Han Solo is back from the dead
with 3 lightsabers. That's right into 4 other lightsabers, and he's like,
the Force is a gun now. The Force is deep within you in this double-barreled shotgun.
It's just mind bullets,
mind bullets. The guy who plays Supreme Leader Snoke is actually Keanu Reeves.
Oh, God.
In his total Neo outfit with fucking explosions everywhere.
C4, shit that's practical for Earth. I think, I hope
that Autobots destroyed the Death
They go to
Cybertron.
They go to Cybertron and they have a war there. That actually lets me down quite a bit. Yeah, I had gotten so
it's in the hands of a good director, though.
Okay. And what is his previous work? Do you know?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, if it's a competent director and he carries on the storytelling of this one, I won't have a problem with it because honestly, I was surprised.
If J.J. Abrams can make Star Trek, the new Star Trek movies actually
brought him
a
back.
lot better than the actual Star Trek movies from the 90s, then we're doing good timing. And he did the same thing with Star Wars The Force Awakens. He made...
But I'm afraid that once he lets go, someone's going to fuck it up. Oh, he did that with Star Trek, right?
Star Trek Beyond. Oh my goodness, it was different.
Right.
Justin Lin should stick to Fast and Furious movies.
But there's an energy to J.J. Abrams directing.
Oh yeah.
I mean, and he's great. He has moving cinematography. So let's say in a span of 5 or 6 seconds, you get 3 images. You get 3 pictures. It'll be you're getting the shot of over my shoulder and you see soldiers walking behind me. Then it'll pan to the other side of my face and then there's another main character talking to me and then it'll cut just to my face. That's 3 shots in 10 seconds.
It's good.
And he pulled that the whole film, man. So, yeah. But anyway, let's see what happens with episode 8.
Yeah.
I don't look forward to it. Like, I'm not ultra excited, but I do want to see the development of these characters. I love the characters.
I want to see what Supreme Leader Snoke has ready for Kylo Ren, because now
training.
Yeah, for his training,
All
and
his
then
fucking training.
I want to see what the Knights of Ren have to do with this whole story, because they've actually, according to the dreams that Rey, the dreams that Rey had, the Knights of Ren had something to do with I was about to say the disciple, the fucking apprentice of Luke Skywalker. They had something to do with the death of him.
Okay.
So Benicio del Toro is one of the knights. I'm excited to see that. Hopefully they don't Darth Maul his ass and just have him in one thing.
They look like the evil Power Rangers. Like, I'm really excited to see what they're gonna do. Like,
Yeah.
I want more. I want to see. But yeah, that's actually a good. That's something I can anticipate.
Cool.
But at the same time, it's like I just want to see more of the characters. I want to see the development, see where we go, and why the fuck can Finn handle a lightsaber?
Yeah, that's the really, because I hate to be all nerded out or everything, but with the way that a lightsaber is actually wielded, you actually have to control it. Because it would blast, according to the lore that Obi-Wan said, is that only a Jedi can wield a lightsaber.
Okay. And he actually managed to use that shit.
Yeah, and the only contradiction to that is when in Empire Strikes Back, Han Solo was able to rip open the guts of a Tauntaun and actually was able to put Luke in it. But Luke was still like kind of conscious, so I don't know if he was controlling it. So there's kind of like deviations from the actual lore. So, we have to check up on that. But hopefully, maybe Finn is... Maybe it's going to bring back Billy D. Williams.
Oh,
like I think.
It's his dad!
Finn Calrissian. Oh, yeah, Leia, baby. I know Han's dead now, so what say you and I go in the back of the General Starship and have a nice cold 45, baby.
Because he's got one on him all the time.
It works every time. You know what I really... Oh, yeah, I forgot. We were going to re-mention this, but to people that are new to the Mark and Andre show, to everyone, Billy D. Williams is the guy from Colt 45, and I've seen so many YouTube videos when he shows up as Lando Calrissian. There's always one guy that has a Colt 45 40 in his hand ready for him to sign, but on top of that, he asks the question every single time. You, sir, in the back, what question do you have? Yeah, I have a question for Billy D. Williams. What do you want, man? Yeah, Billy D. Williams. Does it work every time? In terms of Colt 45. And then he has to, just because of
every time.
It works every time. I love it. Hopefully he shows up. If not, then whatever. I'm really skeptical on that. And it's alleged that the guy who's Childish Gambino, Donald Glover, he's going to be the young version of Lando Calrissian. That's what the rumors are. Because they already got a Han Solo already. Oh, and nice. I forget who it is. I don't know if it's the guy from the Secret Men, or what was that movie with those English secret agents?
Oh,
the Kingsmen.
The Kingsmen.
Yeah.
The Secret Men.
I don't know. I don't remember.
That sounds like some gay perverted Catholic film or something. The Secret Men, rated R.
Devil's Alley, like in the Tropic Thunder. Okay, anyway, the next one we have, for me, that I'm personally excited for, this comes from the second movie that I really liked. It was Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. War of the Planet of the Apes. The only time I've ever heard of the so many times. So the first and the second movie of this third of the trilogy, to me, I think will be a certified classic, because you have Caesar actually dominating the second alpha male that was within his group, and the only thing I'm expecting is what other confrontations does he have in this third movie in War of the Planet of the Apes?
I mean, at this rate, what's because I haven't seen that one.
So in the
did they take over everything?
Yeah, in the first one, it's Dawn and then Rise of the Planet of the Apes.
Right.
So in Dawn, they take over from the fuck up of
Ashton Kutcher, I think, right?
The second Ashton Kutcher. What's that for Pineapple Express? He's the second one, the more educated one. I forget his name. And we'll get to it.
That dude.
So that guy is a scientist. He ends up adopting Caesar. Long story short, they overtake everyone, and then there's no more. There's barely any more humans left.
Okay.
This next one that they do in Rise of the Planet of the Apes, Caesar meets an alpha male chimpanzee that ends up turning on him and wants to overtake the the whole, like, I don't know, the whole group of monkeys that they have.
Mm-hmm. And Caesar was like, nah, son.
So Koba ends up dying.
Okay.
Now it's all Caesar. So Caesar has to, I don't know, War of the Planet of the Apes is what I'm assuming that they're actually going to go to war with all the humans.
Oh, man. And this will be it. Like,
they have to.
This could be like a full-fledged action flick, right?
The guys that were in the War of the Planet, the guys that were in the Rise of the Planet of the Apes was actually the guy who played John Connor in Genesis. That guy's in it. So this is kind of going on to that note. So now we have to... This is where Charlton Heston comes in to overtake planet Earth again. You know what I mean?
Sounds good. I mean, you've been satisfied with the series so far?
The second one... I've only seen the second one. But then I've only seen the second one, but from what I saw in the trailer in the first one, I know...
James Franco.
James Franco, the second Ashton Kutcher. The second Ashton Kutcher... Well, the Ashton Kutcher for the 2010s.
Okay, there we go. That's actually really good. That's perfect.
The second one I enjoyed thoroughly. Mm-hmm. Gary Oldman was in it briefly. He actually did his whole "I'm Gary Oldman, look at me, and then I'm dead," which is good. It's good.
And he's I mean, it was an intense film, right? I mean, I do recall like lots of explosions, crazy like monkeys shooting with their feet and shit.
It was very intense, dude.
I mean, we don't have a chance. Human beings don't have a chance
against a chimpanzee. No, there's been times where you see little kids get their face ripped off, or adults get their face ripped off when they go against two chimps. Two chimps, like these things are these animals are strong,
yes,
big time, with their feet, with their hands. They don't care.
And if they're conscious and they want to hurt you,
you
don't have a fucking. It's like a wrap.
Yeah, you have to see the first two, man. I'm telling you, they're really good.
You have to see the first one.
I know. I still have to work. I have a lot of work ahead of me, but the second one I really enjoyed. I had to get into it, but the whole James Franco thing kind of turned me off, just because I've already knew him from something else, from Pineapple Express. I was like, okay, this guy. It's like when Paul Rudd took over Ant-Man. I was like, this fucking guy is going to be Ant-Man, but now he's all perfect. Good. Yeah, and now I have to go back because I'm going to see the Ant-Man for Planet of the Apes. So many analogies, right? You got to keep up.
You got to follow, man. You got to follow.
But I thought that the CG mixed in with the environment around was actually done pretty well. Andy Serkis is in this one as well, and I forgot to mention to you, Andy Serkis, who does the props for some of the chimps in the Ape series, Caesar in particular. He actually plays Supreme Leader Snoke.
What the hell?
So he plays that ghostly big giant image that you thought was a giant for a long time. You're like, what?
Why? He's such a huge bad guy. Why? He's a fucking hologram.
But
just make his hologram bigger.
I want to see this. I want to see a good closing to this trilogy, and then you know what? I have some fantasy plot lines for you. So check this out.
Wow.
So they see that Caesar ends up taking over at the third one, right? And then all of a sudden you see a spaceship come down to the ground of DC. And then it collides with the environment. It collides with the Tim Burton Planet of the Apes from 2001.
While the originals come out, they just...
Yes! Now, you know what? I still can't figure out that fucking ending to the Tim Burton Planet of the Apes. I can't dig it. I don't know what happened at the end.
When he's like, damn you!
Did the Tim Roth chimpanzee end up leaving before Mark Wahlberg? Or I don't get it.
No, that one was actually really confusing.
Because he ended up hitting a different... This is weird, too, because he had to do like something that... In the Mark Wahlberg movie, we're talking the Mark Wahlberg Planet of the Apes.
There's 3 sets of Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, the Charlton Heston, the Mark Wahlberg 1 movie that they only did because it fucked up.
Right.
And then they do these ones.
Right.
The James Franco and then the John Connor, whatever his name is. So, Mark Wahlberg, he like ripped into a time portal, and then when he had to go back like he did at the end, he went back and did the same thing. Like, how do you expect that to happen twice? Like, a miracle in space has to happen twice for you to have, like, land at Earth, be in present time, first of all.
You hit the lottery twice in a row.
Yeah, basically. and then at the end, remember at the end, did you see the end of that Planet of the Apes?
I'm getting this because I was thinking of the Charles Heston.
Oh, no, I wish. No, but I'm talking the Mark Wahlberg one.
I don't remember.
You didn't see that one? Okay.
I did see that one, but I just don't remember
the end. So he goes to D.C. and he lands in front of the Lincoln Memorial. But when he sees in replace of the statue of Lincoln, he sees the chimp's face, and it was the same chimp from the enemy that was inside the war that he fought, he had to leave to.
So you're saying
and then
like
he gets held up by like guerrilla cops,
and then it ends, right?
And then it ends.
Okay, I do remember that.
And I'm like, what the fuck?
And him going back in time, it doesn't make sense that took place, right? Like, how the fuck did that?
Yeah, because it's like for what he did initially was nothing but like a fluke of space or like fluke of the universe, and then it happened twice for him to go back. But anyway,
maybe he went to a parallel universe, or like he went to.
It was crazy, and it's still unexplained.
And no one, like him,
no one wants to mention it.
You ask Mark Wahlberg, he's like, I can't talk to you about
Tim
that.
Burton will slap the shit out of you if you ask him. Security.
Get him! No, as a matter of fact, he comes with me. Take you to a special spot.
to fucking show you the ending. Just to show you a bunch of symbolism and not answer it. I'm still confused with the ending of Planet of the Apes. I have to look back and look at fan theories, but to the audience at home, The War of the Planet of the Apes, I vouch for the second one, and I'll go back sometime this week and watch the first one and see if I can vouch for that one as well, which I most likely will. The next movie that we have up here is Spider-Man Homecoming.
Oh. I didn't know that was next year. I thought that was...
2017, yeah. So this is going to be a unique Spider-Man that we have yet to see on film. We have a younger Peter Parker, like a freshman, sophomore Peter Parker. And his innocence, to me, in Civil War was a pleasure to see because we have these aged, experienced superheroes, and then we have the young, naive, like,
oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that kind of, oh, pleasure to meet you, Iron Man. Like a nice take of a little kid that would just love to be in the mix of these heroes.
This will be the youngest depiction of Peter Parker on film. And I think, actually, that's a great one. That's a great film. I do want to see that, because what we were able to see in Civil War was fantastic.
Yeah.
It made us like, damn, why
and the tease at the end?
Yeah, so I'm willing, like, I want to see what this one's going to be about. Who's going to be the villain? Do we have any ideas? Probably a Shocker or something. What's his name? Electro?
Well, Electro, they could. I mean, it's a new universe, so they could do that. But then, what was it? Shocker. Shocker was the guy, the guy
yellow one, right?
Yeah, the yellow one that kind of looked like Iron Man.
Yeah.
What I don't want to see for this one, just for this one, just the first Spider-Man, I don't want to see another Harry Osborn. I don't want to see that again. Okay. Because this has been done twice already.
And you don't want to see another Ben get killed? Do we have to do that anymore?
I think I haven't seen. I think he's already dead.
He's already dead. So
hopefully they cover that base.
We start with him already gone.
Yeah, because what's her name? The girl in that was in My Cousin Vinny. She plays the mom.
Right. They made Aunt May hot as shit.
Yeah, she was Marissa Tomei.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she was in The Wrestler. I just saw The Wrestler last night.
So you're thinking maybe we're gonna just cut out Uncle Ben. Maybe not even have an Uncle Ben, because remember it was just Aunt May in the Civil War, and they wouldn't make that mistake. They wouldn't.
Yeah, because even Tony Stark was even hitting on her,
right?
Assuming that he would be that bold as to hit on a girl with. Well, then again,
he was already sleeping with her when Peter Parker walked in.
I couldn't even put it past Tony Stark's not doing like not talking to a married woman. I wouldn't put it past him.
I mean, you already know I am.
Yeah, I'm kind of a big deal. Stark Industries. But what I want to get to is like, I don't want to see it like the Harry Osborn thing it already irks me thinking about it.
We've run its course.
It's been done twice times.
Right. I mean, here's how I see it. If they're going to go that far and change up the formula that much, maybe we won't have to deal with it. And maybe what if we do get Harry Osborn, but it's like a good one?
Or maybe
it's a better one.
How about part 2 and 3? Maybe the first one is like coming of age, typical like high school bullshit. And then he faces like one little minor league villain and then goes to a teaser to Harry Osborn and all that. I would like that.
Well, you know what I don't want to see? I'm really sick of origin stories. And I know it's unfortunate we have to have them. But it's like, is there a faster way to get through that shit?
With every superhero like that starts off, you have to have that.
But
and that's just, oh my gosh.
It's like, we all know the story. Everybody knows the story. Yeah. This is the third time we're doing this. Why do we have to do it again? Like, why can't we just fucking start and just
have him already like slinging through New York?
Yeah, because I don't want to have a scene where I have to watch him sew the outfit again and like fucking get bullied.
Well, that's already cut to the chase now, actually,
because Civil War kind of got to the point, right? Yeah. They gave him a new suit, so can we start from there?
Yeah,
he's already Spider-Man. remember, Tony, you know, like...
Oh, yeah, so there's not really necessarily going to be an origin story then,
Exactly.
technically.
Because Tony Stark kind of gave us a shitty one with Civil War. He's like, well, not shitty,
yeah.
but it was like, I see your powers, I know what you're doing.
Here, let me hook you up.
Yeah. So if we start, like, if they take that risk,
yeah,
I will respect Marvel and Disney so much more if they just started off with, like, he's already developed the skills. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd look forward to that. So... That's a good one, actually. I thought that's a good... I didn't know it was coming next year, because I really stopped checking.
You know what else is going to be coming out? That this is one that I brought out of left field because I'm excited for it. Mm-hmm. Because I need this for my time, for my generation. I know they tried to do this in the 2000s, but their effort of doing it was really half-assed.
It's too much anticipation. What is this?
Get ready in 2017. How about we all head back to Crystal Lake? That's right, Jason Voorhees.
No!
Friday the 13th, baby. No, but check it out. Look at what I found. I know you're saying no now, but you might say no even louder after I say this. It's a found footage movie.
Oh.
Of Jason. So this might be a lot better than the typical, hey, let's go get drunk and let's go in a boat that, you know,
in the middle of the fucking
middle of Crystal
lake
with the guy who's like still on the loose, but hey, I still want to have sex with you anyway.
Oh, okay. And then there you go. Oh, I didn't anticipate dying. Like, and then...
At Camp Crystal Lake. From a villain that hasn't got captured.
He is the hero in some eyes.
Oh, yeah.
So this is a found footage film.
Yeah.
That's a really good twist on the storyline.
And what I told you, that their other half-ass effort from New Line Cinemas was, and in a combined effort from Universal, was the Freddy vs. Jason movie.
I actually wish they followed up and did another
one.
And
actually closed up on it?
Yeah,
and they left it inconclusive?
Because it's not, like, because he winked, that means nobody lost? Well, why did I watch this movie?
Yeah.
Like, because you guys aren't willing to take a risk? Like, take a risk and somebody lose. Just be that person.
That sounded so cool from the jump. Freddy versus Jason.
Like, the horror... You know, maybe because it was around the time where they thought horror was dying. So they just
slasher flicks.
Yeah, slasher flicks are like, you know, seeing their end. Yeah. Let's just put the heads of slasher flicks together and pin them against each other and have people in the middle get killed for no reason.
That's beautiful.
It was a great film. So, wow, you know, wow, I would actually see that. You son of a bitch.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you, found footage of Jason at, like, so I would imagine that there's kids at Crystal Lake. Video camera. Mm-hmm. It's going to be a 4K video camera for some reason because they're always going to be trying to push that for now.
Of course.
And then you have times where it's like, what did you die for? Like, oh my gosh.
He's stuck to the wall. There's a knife in his chest. Yeah. Oh my God, Gary.
I would imagine there's going to be times where they have to go full footage instead of found footage because to bring emphasis to the character that is Jason, you need time alone from the footage.
Right.
Because they're not going to be next to Jason the whole time. If you're next to Jason, you're dead.
Maybe that's how they'll build the tension. Like, they're, you know, these people are constantly running, trying to figure out where to go next. And, that's actually, let's see how they pull this off.
They can even do it just like, because do you remember the movie The Last Exorcism with that?
I didn't watch that, but I know about it. And
it was basically,
it was documentary style.
Yeah,
right?
It was like a mockumentary. Well, it is a documentary. I'm using scare quotes here.
Right.
But hopefully it's probably done in that same way, not like Blair Witch style where it's like it looks like someone's filming on a damn VHS. I didn't even watch Blair Witch 2.
No, but I did. I watched it. It wasn't.
You saw the second Blair Witch?
Oh, of course. It was awful.
Yeah?
They broke the format.
Oh,
no
really?
Found footage whatsoever. They just went straight, it's a movie now. And, it was so dumb. It was bad. Yeah. It was horrible.
So now we have, if this can be successful, we can have a string of Friday the 13th movies for our generation. And I look back at these other Jason movies, and I've seen them. I've seen various reviews, because I haven't seen them all in their entirety. But all the gore, just the way that people die, it's like, it's cool to see, like, you know, where's my slasher flicks?
Cool?
Well, yeah, because we had Scream, but how old were we when Scream came out? We were only like 12, 13, 14.
Right, and we watch it now, it's hilarious.
Yeah.
This punk out beat his ass.
Yeah, they're all trying to stab each other in the first one. We have to kill each other, dude. Come with me, man.
I'm not gonna do it, man. I'm fucking dying.
So, I need a campy, and that's what Friday the 13th was. It was campy.
It was campy.
You know, And same thing with Nightmare on Elm Street. You know, teenage stuff going on with Nightmare on Elm Street with Freddy. But now let's do. Hopefully, we can have a good Friday the 13th, and hopefully they can follow suit with another Nightmare on Elm Street, a sequel to the first one that they did recently. Because I heard that one was pretty good, but I mean, it's going to give you horror revenue money. A lot of people chicken out to not see it.
So with this, because found footage is kind of like, it's not overused, and I think we've never seen it in this format. This could potentially be good.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it's not just like some marketing gimmick, you know.
Yeah. I know for one thing that's for sure is that slasher flicks can take liberties like this because they're slasher flicks. There's nothing, you know, Nolan's not going to direct a fucking Friday the 13th. No. You know, there's not going to be intense directors behind it, so there's going to be a lot of great ambition towards it. You know, there's going to be I would assume either an experienced director or just a guy on his third film. You know, like hopefully someone takes the helm and just strikes gold and becomes like this new guy for slashers.
You know, why aren't they taking risks with new directors? I don't get that.
Yeah. James Wan is doing every horror film now for The Conjuring and all that.
Come on, let's not do that. Like, that's what, you know, back in the day, I'm trying to hold back on nostalgia and stuff, but they took far more risks with directors. They were just like, let's see what this guy's about. Yeah,
John Landis, they took a big risk on John Landis. All the Scott brothers, Ridley, Tony.
Fucking Steven Spielberg, actually, if you want to go all the way back.
You could.
He was a risk. And
yeah, he even had a bomb too. I think either the movie is called 1941 or 1942. That was a bomb. Spielberg had a bomb. Spielberg even had a bomb of BFG.
Right.
The one that came out recently.
But I'm saying that he never would be Steven Spielberg if they never gave him a fucking chance.
Yeah, we gotta find. We'll find someone to give a chance.
Let's get some new blood in there. Go to Sundance and look at all these new fucking directors doing things that have never been done in Hollywood. Stop running from them.
What happens when two horror avenues are met? Friday the 13th is directed by M. Night Shyamalan.
No! I'm not gonna lie, his newer film looks pretty good. Like,
oh, you know what? I'm gonna say that for a segment on next week. Okay. Never mind. But it's something regarding to that. I'll tell you at the end of the show. So I'm excited for a good, unique take on a slasher flick. I like found footage. I've seen found footage films done right. Paranormal Activity. The Fourth Kind scared the shit out of me. I thought I thought that whole thing was real for a little bit, so I looked it up. Apollo 18 was kind of cool, and I'm sorry I had to take you through that. It was kind of cool at the beginning, but then I was like, fuck, the rocks.
Like, yeah. Oh, God. Don't,
I was like, shit.
The fucking
but the ending was cool. Spiders. Remember the ending where they cut off all of a sudden when that guy was trying to get back in orbit?
Yes.
I thought that was cool.
But
then, you know, so there's good found footage. And there's good, you know,
found footage. Cloverfield I thought it was a good found
footage. Meeting the ground between the two would be awesome. Slasher flicks meets found footage. I hope it can be done right.
Let's see what happens.
The next movie and the final movie that we have, and I know Andre is going to be pissed about this one, but one movie I'm excited for is Transformers: The Last Night.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say Power Rangers.
No. Transformers: The Last Night is... It's like this. I only want to see this movie for the sole reason of the nostalgic feelings I have because I recently watched the Transformers animated feature from the 1980s. I hope that they bring Unicron in. And you and I both seen Unicron. Unicron's a big hulking Decepticon. Well, he has no affiliation to anything. He's just a big Transformer planet.
Up bad guy.
And I hope they fucked up already by not making Megatron Galvatron because of Unicron.
Right.
Galvatron was made because of human ingenuity, and I thought that was stupid. But hopefully that they can bring Unicron out to actually make either this would be the Genesis tale of Unicron and the Decepticons and everything, for them to go into like standalone Transformers movies. Because there's always been speculation that they were going to do like spin-offs like that, where it was just all Autobots.
So this is going to be an all Transformers film.
No. This isn't going to be. I'm saying like hopefully with the success of this could be a precursor for more Transformer only flicks, like how they did in the movie.
Yeah, I want to see one of those.
Yeah.
Is Bay on it again?
Of course. No, there's some other director behind it, I believe. But I know Mark Wahlberg's in it again for sure, and I know Tyrese Gibson's in it for sure as well.
Tyrese will always be there.
And I just like to mention before to you earlier is that the first couple of Transformers flicks were entertaining. Mm-hmm. I anticipated them for a long time. I was very excited when the first one came out.
The first one was magnificent.
Yeah,
especially when it was just the first of its kind.
It was exciting.
Yeah,
it was exciting to see. It was like, wow, you didn't really feel disrupted by the human element, but then, you have the Megan Fox hot chick trope escalated to the second, to the third movie, and you then realize, well, this is now becoming more about the humans worrying about their planet than the Autobots actually defending them. And the second one was great. I like to see conflict. I like to see the Empire Strikes Back second movie, the cliffhanger movie. And then the third one,
it was nonsense.
Yes.
Third one was nonsense.
Dark of the Moon was definitely nonsense. The plot was interesting.
It was, but then all of a sudden, I think the ending is what made me go, "You fucked me."
Yeah, it was.
Optimus, please. He just blows his brains out, and then he just ending speech. The city's destroyed, and that's the end of the movie. Wait, what? It's like Bay spent every dime on that last action scene,
and then they closed out.
He was like, "All right, we're done, but we'll just figure out what to do in post."
Yeah,
and then we'll just do a voiceover, pan out, we're done, guys. And that's exactly what they did.
Yeah,
it was porn, explosion porn.
Revenge of the Fallen was good. The second one,
yeah.
Revenge of the Fallen was good, but and then Dark of the Moon had a good plot to it where yes, they found a base on the moon,
right?
And Nixon was involved. It was cool. Like that stuff was cool to see. But then you had the force-fed climax that led to the abrupt end.
Yes.
And just when the credits closed, I was like, "Wait, that's it?
We're done?
Where's the closure on some things?
We'll have to leave?
Yeah."
Waiting after the credits,
and then the fourth one,
they're sweeping up the popcorn. You're like, "Hold on."
With the fourth one, Mark Wahlberg comes out of nowhere, and then this is, oh wait, I found a transformer. This isn't a truck,
right?
Like he was able to jump an Autobot because the Autobot had a battery cable and an engine system that was so to detail that he had a battery there. I love it. I love the
stupid.
Yes, I know.
It's so stupid.
I need them to redeem themselves.
You think they can do it?
Well, they had the Dinobots in the last one. That was the only good pleasure. But
come on.
After that, it was just...
Is that enough? Wait, it's on your list, so it must be enough.
I have high hopes for Transformers The Last Night. I just wish it could... I wish Michael Bay can answer the prayers of all the Transformers heads and just have the War of Cybertron or something like that. Bring Unicron. Unicron can be so cool and have Megatron... Oh, they can't even do that anymore.
They can't do it anymore.
Galvatron can't be... anyway.
Galvatron can't happen. But you can still get Unicron.
I want my hopes to be fulfilled with Transformers Last Night. This is I brought this to the list just because I want to mention this, because there's a lot of Transformers fans out there. Mm-hmm. And we deserve justice.
Put your faith in Hollywood if you must.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm cool.
Really?
I'm good, man.
Yeah. I didn't really want to watch the fourth Transformers.
You didn't want
I didn't want
reluctantly
to,
watching.
But when someone told me Galvatron was in it, I was like, okay, so Unicron's in it.
Right. No.
I look at it like, oh, this is Galvatron. This is our new Autobot. As soon as I did that, I was like, fuck. I was like, damn.
Hollywood, man. But if you trust, maybe Michael Bay will learn. Yeah. Maybe they'll put some new eyes on this, get some fresh blood on it, and maybe it'll be better. But I don't think so.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Oh, boy.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you guys for tuning in to the Mark and Andre podcast show, the only film, entertainment, and conspiracy theory podcast on Spreaker.com.
True.
Next week, we'll definitely have some new topics for you guys and for me and Andre to discuss. But other than that, I want to wish you guys a good night, and I'm going to leave the floor open for Andre to do his shameless promotion.
Shameless promotions. All right, so guys, if you guys don't know by now, I am a hip-hop instructor, teacher, coach, guy. If you guys are interested in learning about hip-hop songwriting, or if you want to be a hip-hop songwriter, you can do so, but I feel like a number of you aren't. But if you are interested in learning about hip-hop music and how it's created, I have a YouTube channel you guys can check out. It is youtube.com/Andre Gaynor. That's youtube.com/ANDRE ANDREGAINER. Basically, you can check out my channel. What I do is I take a popular song and I analyze it and break down all of its components, its rhyme schemes, its flows, its delivery, how the lines were formed, what the lines actually mean, etc., etc. So if you guys are interested, feel free to check it out. Tomorrow, I think I'll be done by tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll be posting a breakdown of Childish Gambino, one of his songs, and I analyze the depths of his writing and how it pertains to the script that he wrote for the song, on top of many other elements. So check it out. I'm pretty sure you guys will like it. That's youtube.com/ANDREGAINER. Thank you guys so much for listening, taking your time out to check us out and listen to us yap and chat and chatter and any other variances of the word talk. We love you guys so much, and we hope you guys have a wonderful day and or night. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next week. We love you all. Take care. Bye.